Hi everyone. This is the storage shed I built by myself with no zero experience in carpentry. The size of the shed is 8 by 12, and the foundation I used 4 by 4 and cement blocks to put the shed on. You can use a concrete slab or paving bricks or something for the foundation, but I chose to raise that one from the ground uh, to get a better clearance from the ground. So I'm building this one above the ground. After placing the concrete blocks, I checked the elevation, and then I added 4 by 4 vertical pieces to maintain a flat level. On that vertical 4 by 4 pieces, I placed my 4 by 4 and built the foundation frame over that one. I used a pressure treated lumber up to the foundation. I'm using this plastic, it is a leftover from my other project, so that will help to avoid some moisture on the plywood. So these plywoods are pressure treated 3/4 inch plywoods I used. Now it is my turn to build the side walls. I designed this one with the 24 inches center to center vertical supports for the framing. After finish the frame, don't forget to put some diagonal supports before you move the frame. Otherwise, there is a chance to disturb the dimensions and the diagonals of that one. This shed has a 4 by 6 size of door, so I am keeping that opening on one side wall by avoiding one vertical post there. So my door size is 6 by 4. You can build door sizes according to your need. And I'm not using any windows on this one because I don't think that window is going to help other than some beautification on the shed, So I am avoiding a window on this shed. It's time to install the wall frames. We need some brace supports when we install these side walls. Make sure it is a plumb. You can use a 2 foot or 4 foot level. I only have a 2 foot level, so I'm using that one to verify the plumb, vertical plumb of the frames. This is the actual roof design I used on my shed. But before that, these frames are I made with a 4 by 2 foot slope, and I installed this one. But I got a letter from my homeowners association to reduce the height a foot to 1 foot. So I had to take it all down, and then I built it with the design I showed you earlier, with a 1 foot slope, 4 by 1 slope. So before you build the roof or the shed, you have to ask your community for their guidelines. So what you have to follow, because after I built all these roof panels, I had a hard time to take it down and rebuild it to, to reduce the height. So I learned some lessons from this one. That was very funny because it is very sunny days. I sweat a lot to build all this one up, and then I took it down. It was a hard time for me. I use some hurricane ties when I install all these frames, so it will help a lot to maintain strength and some security. So I used all kind of ties on this shed. I used galvanized nails and coated screws, exterior screws for all these. It is very interesting to build something like this. We are doing something new and spending our time, free time at home. It worth. Actually, I was watching movies, at home in this Corona affected vacation. But I thought that to build something or do something, it was so interesting. Even if the weather was very sunny, that was the only trouble I had, but I made it. I use the T111 panels on the sides. That's the only thing I installed. I didn't add any extra OSBs on that side. Here is I had got the letters. Oh my God, my community asked me to reduce the heights. From here, I changed the roof size, the slope size. It is now, you are seeing the one with a 4 foot by 1 foot slope roof. I changed all those frames. For the roof, I used half-inch OSBs, and after installing that one, I had to install drip edges first. We have to install the drip edges first on both sides before we install the tar paper. I didn't have a ladder to climb on the roof, so I made it with two by 6 boards and some scrap 2 by 4 pieces. You have to be very careful when you go up on the roof. Anything above 6 feet is very dangerous. So you have to be extreme cautious to climb on the roof. Always use the PPEs, goggles and gloves. And sometimes even I'm using that one on my job, but sometimes I ignored that one, and I had some minor scratches on my hand with the nail. So it is very important to use goggles and gloves all the time, and shoes. After preparing the edges, the first thing we have to do is to install the drip edges. It will protect the edges from water. There is different size of drip edges available in the market, so you can choose what material and what size of drip edge you require for your project. This edge and the opposite edge installed the drip edges before the tar paper. And after installing the tar paper like this, we have to have 4 inches overlap while installing the tar paper. You have to have 4 inches overlap. So after completing the tar paper installation, um, over that one at the both other edges, you have to install the drip edges over the tar paper. Before that, you just trim the tar paper at the edges, then install the drip edges over that one. It is time to install the shingles, and we have to have at least 6 inches offset on each layer of shingles. Make sure there is 3 nails on each shingles. I didn't have any pneumatic tools to install the shingles, for the nailers, I mean, and I used the hammer and the normal nail to install the shingles. After install the shingles, the shingles are always 3/8 inches extending from the drip edge, and from the other edges, at least 3/8 inch projection is required. You can trim the sides with a sharp knife and then sand it down. This is the drawing for the door I built for this shed. It's a 4x6 size. First I made the frame with a 3/8 inch gap all around. Then placed the T111 on over that one, and then added hinges to the door. First I added the bottom hinge and the top hinge on one screw, and then open it and close it to make sure there is no obstruction, so it is easy to open and close. Then place all the screws. So it was very easy to build a storage shed. I enjoyed a lot. I used about 1 gallon of brown paint on this one, and some white paint. It was existing for the trims, so it was a good thing. For the steps, I used 2x6 lumber, and I placed some existing. I had some sandpapers, cloth emery papers I placed on the 2x4 ram for a better grip. So I actually enjoyed to build this one. It was a little bit hard, and it's not easy to build a shed, but if you spend your time very patiently, it was not easy to build a storage shed, but after did all this hard work, very patiently, I actually enjoyed a lot. After I see that, I realized, oh, I did this one. So that satisfaction is, that happiness is the very most important part of this. I enjoyed, and more than that, I saved about $1,000 on this shed. So if you have that patience to build something new and spend your time, wisely, so you can feel that happiness after complete a project like this. I hope it is helpful for new builders like me. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to like my video and subscribe my video, so you can see whenever I upload new projects like this. So I enjoyed a lot, and my family is also very happy to see that I made this beautiful shed in my free time. Once again, if you like my video, please press the like button and subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching.